The emergency klaxons shrieked through the corridors of Station Kepler 7, their piercing wail echoing off polished metal walls. Commander Zethkar of the Galactic Security Division adjusted his tactical visor and checked his plasma rifle's charge indicator. Behind him, his squad of 6 heavily armored Vorthan soldiers prepared their containment equipment. Nets woven from titanium carbide fiber, stun batons crackling with electrical energy, and portable force field generators. "Remember," Zethkar's voice crackled through their comm units, "these are juveniles. Dangerous, yes, but still young. We contain first, eliminate only if absolutely necessary. The Council wants them alive for study." Through the reinforced viewing portal, they could see their targets. 2 dragon cubs, each no larger than a Terran wolf, huddled in the corner of Cargo Bay 7. Their scales shimmered with an opalescent quality that shifted from deep emerald to molten gold as they moved. Smoke curled from their nostrils, and their eyes, ancient and intelligent beyond their apparent age, tracked every movement of the security team with predatory focus. The creatures had been discovered 3 cycles ago when a routine inspection of incoming freight from the outer rim revealed them hidden among crates of exotic minerals. No one knew how they had gotten aboard, but dragon sightings had become increasingly common throughout the galaxy, always ending in destruction, always leaving behind scorched ruins and unanswered questions about their origins. "Moving in," Zethkar commanded, activating the bay's entry sequence. The moment the airlock hissed open, the larger of the 2 cubs, distinguished by a distinctive silver marking along its snout, released a warning growl that reverberated through the chamber. Its smaller companion pressed closer, membrane wings folding protectively around itself. "Easy now," muttered Sergeant Vexry, raising his stun baton. "Just 2 scared animals." The words had barely left his mouth when the silver-marked cub erupted into motion. A gout of superheated plasma burst from its maw, instantly vaporizing the lead soldier's helmet and sending him stumbling backward with a scream. The temperature in the bay spiked by 30 degrees in seconds. "Containment formation," Zethkar barked, but his team was already in disarray. The cubs moved with liquid grace, their apparent youth betrayed by combat instincts honed over millennia. The smaller one launched itself at Private Kolth, claws extended while its companion breathed another lance of fire that melted a support beam into slag. The Vorthan soldiers, despite their advanced technology and superior numbers, found themselves outmaneuvered by creatures they had underestimated. Force fields flickered and failed under the intense heat. Titanium carbide nets disintegrated before they could deploy. Within minutes, 3 soldiers were down with severe burns, and the remaining team members had retreated to defensive positions behind shipping containers. The cubs regrouped in their corner, flanks heaving, eyes blazing with defiant fury. They would not be taken easily. "Sir," Vexry's voice was tight with pain. His left arm hung useless at his side, armor melted and fused to flesh. "We need backup. Heavy weapons, maybe gas the entire bay." "Belay that order." The new voice cut across the comm channel with quiet authority. Every head turned toward the bay's secondary entrance, where a figure in simple civilian clothes stood silhouetted against the corridor lighting. Dr. Sarah Chen, the station's xenobiologist, stepped through the airlock with her hands visible and empty. "Dr. Chen, evacuate immediately," Zethkar commanded. "These creatures are extremely hostile." "No," she said simply, walking past the security team with unhurried steps. "They're terrified." The cubs tracked her approach, but their posture had changed. The aggressive snarls faded to uncertain whimpers. The larger one took a half-step forward, then back, confusion replacing rage in its ancient eyes. Sarah knelt, 10 meters away, close enough that the next gout of flame would char her to ash, and began to speak in soft, measured tones. Not galactic standard, not Vorthan, but something older, more primal. The universal language of gentleness that transcended species barriers. "I know you're scared," she murmured, extending one hand palm up. "I know you don't understand what's happening. But these people, they're just doing their job. They don't want to hurt you unless you hurt them first." The silver-marked cub tilted its head, a gesture so achingly familiar that several soldiers found themselves thinking of their own pets back home. Slowly, incrementally, Sarah inched forward. "That's it," she whispered. "I'm not going to hurt you. Nobody's going to hurt you if you don't want to fight." Behind her, Zethkar watched in stunned silence as the human did something his entire squad had failed to accomplish. She made the dragons calm. Their breathing slowed. Their flames dimmed to harmless wisps of smoke. When Sarah was close enough to touch them, the larger cub pressed its snout against her palm with a sound that might have been a purr. "How?" Vexri breathed into his calm. Sarah glanced back, her eyes holding depths of understanding that seemed impossibly vast. "Dragons aren't monsters," she said. "They're just lonely. They've been alone in the dark, between stars, for so long that they've forgotten how to trust. But humans, we remember what it's like to be afraid and far from home." She stood slowly, both cubs now pressed against her legs like oversized cats seeking warmth. "Commander Zethkar, I'm going to escort them to Xenobiology Lab 3. Dr. Vash has prepared a habitat that should meet their needs until we can find them a proper home." As the unlikely procession moved past the security team, human woman, flanked by creatures that had just melted through military-grade armor like paper, Zethkar found himself questioning everything he thought he knew about Earth's newest member species. Perhaps there was more to these humans than their compact frames and fragile-looking forms suggested. Perhaps their true strength lay not in their weapons or their technology, but in something far more dangerous to the established order of the galaxy, their incomprehensible ability to find kinship with any living thing. The commander watched until they disappeared around a corner, then activated his comm unit. "Control, this is Security Team 7. Situation resolved. And I'm recommending Dr. Chen for a commendation. The human just did something we couldn't, with all our firepower." As the klaxons finally fell silent, Zethkar couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy had just become a much more interesting and unpredictable place.